Good afternoon, everyone. So we will start here. Welcome to the world of scope. Here I am welcoming all for this another interesting knowledge sharing session. Hope everyone is doing well. Surely this webinar will be very helpful and useful for the everyone. Before start, during the presentation, if you are having any queries or any doubts, then put into the chat session. After the presentation, we will have a separate question answering session. In that question answering session, we will try to cover maximum questions or doubts. So today's topic is multifunction test kit, that is primary current, primary cum secondary injection test. And for that, we are having a multifunction test kit, that is RATOM 21, primary cum secondary injection test kit, and our model name is RATOM 21. So we will start here. So today's webinar agenda is the major equipments of the substations. What are the major equipments in the substation? Then applicable international standards, that is IEC, IEEE, IS standards. What difficulties we are facing during the testing of different equipments in the substations, that we will see. Then we are having a primary cum secondary injection test kit, that is our multifunction test kit, RATOM 21. And in RATOM 21, what tests we are doing, we can do, and what are the assets of RATOM 21. Then after, with the help of RATOM 21, how to test and what test we can do on power transformers or distribution transformers, current transformers, voltage transformers, circuit breakers, relays, etc. After that, we will majorly look on RATOM 21 specification, then features, the advanced features, what advanced features we have added in our instrument, then selectable outputs, which are the selectable outputs in the RATOM 21, how we can use for the testing of different equipments, then operation of the RATOM 21. After that, we will see RATOM 21 optional accessories. So there are different accessories that we need to use during the testing. And after that, we will see the testing through software. So we are having facility to operate or test the equipments with the help of laptop through software. After that, different types of connections to the device under test with the RATOM 21. And after that, we will have a separate question answering session. So this is agenda of the today's webinar. So as everyone aware about the substation and what are the major equipments of the substations, firstly, the power transformer, or we can say distribution transformers. Power transformer is for the, normally we can say it is stepping up the voltage, and distribution transformer, which is used at the distribution side to step down the voltage. Then another is the circuit breaker, that is to make and break the circuit. After that, instrument transformers having three types, that is current transformer, voltage transformer, and capacity voltage transformers. The function of the current transformer, voltage transformer, and capacity is just metering and protection purpose. We will see the types of the instrument transformers and what are their applications in upcoming slides. After that, bus bar, then disconnector switch or isolator, then earthing switch, then lightning arrestor, wave trap, and protection parts. So these are the major equipments of the substations. So out of that, power transformer and distribution transformer is one of the important part of the substation. As I said, power transformer is to stepping up the voltage, that is used at the generation side or transmission level, we can say. And the distribution transformer that are used in the distribution side to stepping down the voltage level. And these are the different important parts of the power transformers, that is core, winding, then oil, insulating oil, then we can say tank, conservator, radiator. So these are the important parts of the power transformers or distribution transformers. Then circuit breaker. As everyone knows the function of the circuit breaker. The function of the circuit breaker, that is the mechanical device which is capable of making and breaking, also carrying rated currents under normal operated condition, we can say. Also, it is a mechanical device which is capable to do making, breaking, and carrying rated short circuit currents for a specified time, which is 3 seconds or 1 second, as per the type test, we can say, under specified abnormal condition, such as those of short circuit. That is the device which can operate, which can make and break the circuit. After that, current transformer. Current transformer, this is an instrument transformer that is used to measure and that is metering and protection of the current, we can say. So as everyone aware about the rated primary current of different CTs that are used in the substation, the normal ratings as 200 ampere, 400 ampere, then 800 ampere, 1000 ampere, 2000 ampere, and 2500 ampere, something like that. And secondary current, it is fixed that 1 ampere and 5 ampere. And the reference IEC for the current transformer design and testing, it is IEC 61869-1 and 2. -1 and 2, it is for current transformer, and if you IEC 61869-1 and 3, it is for voltage transformer, and IS 2705, this is Indian standard for current transformer. After that, current transformer having various types, that is metering. In metering, we can see 0.1 class CTs are there, 0.2 class CTs are there, 0.5, 1, and 0.2S, 0.5S. Out of that, 0.2S and 0.5S are the special class metering CTs that are used for the revenue metering and metering purpose. Then protection, there are two types, that is 5P and 10P. P indicates this is a protection, 5 it is accuracy that are claiming during the protection purpose, and another type, that is PX and PXR, that are in special protection, that we can say for the differential protection of transformer, busbar protection, busbar differential protection. So these CTs we need to use. After that, voltage transformer, similar as that of current transformer, the voltage transformer, the purpose is to measure metering and protection of the voltage. That is, if voltage reaches beyond the limit during the any transient or short circuit, or we can say impulse voltage, that case the voltage transformers that are used. Similarly, voltage transformer primary voltage, it is 66 kV as per the rated substation voltage, 66 or 132 kV or 220 kV, 400 kV, accordingly we can say, with the divided by √3, that is the voltage which is line to neutral, or we can say line to earth. That is why the voltage is always divided by √3, and the secondary voltage, that is always 110 volt divided by √3, which is in volt. Then reference IEC standards, which is 61869-1 and 3. And there are also two types, metering. For the metering purpose of the, that is 0.2 and 0.5 class metering voltage transformers are there, and for the protection 3P and 5P voltage transformers are there. Next, this is for your reference purpose and information purpose. So there are different equipments and applicable standards I have mentioned here. So there are various parts, various equipments of the substation, that is power transformer, distribution transformer, GIS, circuit breaker, isolators, then instrument transformers, LEDs, reactors, and rotating machines. So there are various standards like IEC, IS, and IEEE I have mentioned here. So as we have seen here, so different equipments of the substations. So during the testing of different equipments of the substations, we are facing multiple problems, or we can say we are facing difficulties during the substation testings. So what are the difficulties? That is, we require multiple test sets, requirement of multiple test sets, then that take time to learn multiple instruments functionality and operation, also requirement of manpower requirement for various testings. Then time required, that is time required to various tests is more. Then we are facing difficulties during testing, transportation and storage. After that, during the testing, we need to take more time shutdown. So these are the difficulties we are facing during the testing of various equipments of the substations that are maybe in generation side, transmission side and distribution side. These difficulties we are facing during the testing. So to avoid or to reduce such a difficulties and problems, we are having a multifunction test kit, that is a single test kit which is capable or which is able to test all the maximum possible test of the substation equipments. That is our equipment name, that is RATOM 21, which is named as RATOM 21 multifunction test kit, or we can also say primary cum secondary injection test kit. So here you can see this is our multifunction test kit RATOM 21. Here you can see this is a look of the RATOM 21, which is placed in a molded carrying case. Here you can see this is a display of the RATOM 21. Now we will go ahead with what are the features, what are the advantages of multifunction test kit, why we have to use multifunction test kit to test various substation equipments. That is the multifunction test kit, that is radical all-in-one test system, we can say. That is replaces the need of multiple test sets, then saves times by eliminating the need of multiple instrument learnings, user-friendly instrument interface during, and which reduces the training and testing time, then portable and compact system components for easy shipping or easy transportation, state-of-art measurement methods for advanced diagnostics testing, then advanced microprocessor-based technology designed for testing primary and secondary electrical equipments, then easy servicing with up-to-date automation with best accuracy and so on, which is making feasible for on-site use. So this is, here you can see these are the multiple advantages, we can say, that is reducing the training and testing time, then eliminate the need of multiple testing equipments, then requirement of learning and training time, then advanced technology that we have used in the multifunction test kit RATOM 21, that will be suitable and we will get a best accurate results and so on. Here you can see with the RATOM 21 we can test various assets of the substation, that is power transformer we can test, similarly distribution transformers we can test, then current transformers we can test, voltage transformers we can test, similarly circuit breakers, single phase protection relays, control panels and other substation equipments that we can test with the help of single test kit, that is RATOM 21. So here you can see what test we can conduct on various DUTs, that is device under test, with the help of RATOM 21. The first one is primary injection, the second one is the secondary injection test, then knee point measurement, that will be important on the current transformer, then contact resistance of circuit breaker, bus bar, any winding, then winding resistance of a transformer, turns ratio of current transformer, voltage transformer and power transformers, then polarity and burden, polarity of CT and VTs and burden, then hypo testing, that is high voltage testing, then demagnetization of the CT and insulation resistance of any device. So around 10 to 15 tests we can conduct with the help of RETUM 21. Now we will go ahead with what major tests that we need to carry out on current transformers. So basically, polarity test is one of the important tests that we need to carry out on a current transformer. After that, knee point voltage, or we can say saturation curve test, is also important. Magnetization curve and CT magnetization characteristics test is also important. Then ratio test of a current transformer. Then burden or secondary side load test is also important. And after the testing, the last test, we can say demagnetization of CT. These all the tests that we need to carry out on a current transformers. So with the help of RETUM 21, we can do all the tests, that is polarity test, knee point voltage, saturation curve, magnetization current measurement, and CT magnetization characteristics with the help of curve, then ratio test, then burden measurement, secondary side load measurement, and demagnetization of CT. So these tests we can do with the help of RETUM 21. So as the importance of the polarity test is to ensure the correct polarity of the primary winding and secondary winding in the CT. Also, we can say it is also important that to mark polarity, that is positive polarity or negative polarity, that is P1 and P2. There are 2 points of the primary side. That is to confirm the polarity marking on the CT primary and secondary. Proper polarity is very important when installing and connecting current transformers to the power metering and protection relays. Otherwise, relays will operate unnecessarily. So that is why polarity test is very important on a current transformer. After that, ratio test. If you see, there are 2 ways we can conduct ratio. The first one is by current method and second one is by voltage method. But it is recommended by some standards, or we can say manufacturers, that ratio test we need to conduct, or we should have to conduct with the help of current method only, because this is actual or direct method that we need to inject a actual primary rated current from the CT primary side, and after that secondary current we need to measure, and secondary current divided by primary current divided by secondary current, it is the actual ratio of the current transformer. And second one is the secondary voltage injection method. Here you can see, in the secondary voltage injection, in that case we need to inject a voltage, that is some voltage we need to inject from the secondary side of the current transformer, and we need to measure voltage on the primary side, and the ratio, it is a secondary voltage divided by primary voltage, which is the CT ratio. So these are the 2 methods that normally using to conduct a ratio test. So with the help of RETUM 21, we can do ratio test in both methods. So we are having a facility to conduct a ratio test on current transformer in both methods, that is by current method, and second one is by voltage method. Then next up, test on a current transformer, that is knee point voltage. It is very important on basically on a protection class CTs. Basically, both CTs used at primary and secondary side transformer should have same knee point voltage. Otherwise, what happen? Breaker will operate if we are using a protection special protection type CTs on transformer primary and secondary. If fault occurs other than transformer, means outside fault occurs, the main purpose of our special protection CTs, that breaker will operate only when the fault in the transformer. If fault other than transformer, that if knee point is not same of both the CTs of primary and secondary side, in that case unnecessarily breaker will operate. So that is why this test is very important on the protection class CTs. Next one is the knee point voltage. As everyone about the knee point voltage. What is knee point voltage? Basically, for testing knee point, we need to inject, that is RMS value of sinusoidal voltage at rated frequency, that we need to apply on a secondary terminal of current transformer, and all other terminals we need to open circuited. After that, fan, we need to find out fan in voltage. Whenever we are seeing that voltage increased by 10% causes of the RMS value, the exciting current too increases by 50%. Means 10% increase in voltage, 50% increase in excitation current. That point we can say it is a knee point voltage. Here you can say this is a knee point voltage point. So here you can see after the 10% increasing voltage, we will get a 50% increase in excitation current. That region we are saying that unsaturated region up to this point, and after that this curve will go in the saturated region, and this part we can say it is a saturated part. All the part, this is a saturated part. So this is all about the knee point voltage. Then excitation curve and characteristics. So you see CTs having multiple taps. CTs are there. That is metering, protection, all the metering CTs in a single CT. So with the help of our ATOM 21, we can test multiple CTs and we will get a graph like that. So here you can see first CT, it is a 100 by 5 ampere. This is curve with respect to voltage and excitation curve. After that 20 by 500, 200 by 5, 300 by 5, and similarly up to 1200 by 5. So graphical presentation, we can get the results of the excitation, or we can say excitation characteristics of multi-ratio C-class CTs. After that, CT load parameters. As everyone aware about, we need to conduct a test to check the CT load resistance, that is CT side resistance, then load side resistance. So basically CT load parameters, this is CT loop resistance we can say. So firstly, that we need to measure the burden or resistance on the CT side. That is measure CT resistance from CT terminal blocks. Then measure loop resistance from CT terminal blocks. That is from load side of the current transformer. After that, we can say total loop resistance, which is equal to summation of CT resistance plus load resistance and wiring resistance. Then CT load parameters, that is secondary resistance measurement of current transformer, that we need to carry out. So here you can see for doing a measurement of secondary resistance of current transformer, we need to inject from the secondary side, and by injecting some rated current from the secondary side, we will get a voltage drop, and after that we will check a actual CT secondary resistance. So this is very easy test that we need to carry out for measurement of CT secondary resistance. So actual CT resistance, or we can say secondary winding resistance in ohms, and it will be corrected to 75 degrees Celsius or any such other temperature that is recommended by IEEE standard. And similarly, burden test, that is carried out on load side. Here you can see in the image. For that, we need to inject current, that is rated current, from the secondary side on the burden, and we are measuring the voltage drop across it. That is, burden test is to ensure the connected burden to CT is within the rated burden as per the CT nameplate. Inject the rated secondary current of the CT from the CT terminals toward the load side by isolating the CT secondary with all connected loads, that is relays, and observe the voltage drop across the injection points. And the formula is to calculate the burden, which is burden phi, which is equal to voltage drop into rated CT secondary current, that will be 1 ampere or 5 ampere. And limits, that is the calculated burden should be less than rated secondary burden. Demagnetization, after doing a CT testing, that is DC current testing on secondary side of the current transformer, we need to demagnetize the transformer, otherwise we will get we will get inherent results of the AC testing. Basically, after doing a DC current testing, core will get some remnant flux that we need to nullify. So current transformers shows large error when they are magnetized by DC current, and this error can be reduced after the proper demagnetization. So it is necessary to demagnetize the CT core before each test because of the high remnant flux that will be present during the DC current test. So this is also very important to demagnetize the transformer. After that, insulation resistance test. As everyone are aware about the insulation resistance test, that we require a DC source, a DC voltage source, to find out the DC insulation resistance. That is to check the quality of the insulation. Then high DC voltage we need to apply across the piece of insulation. After that, we need to measure the resultant current flowing through the electrical insulator. In the principle, the value of the insulation resistance, which is very high, but not infinite, the current measured in milliamperes and microamperes normally, and then calculated resistance, that is insulation resistance, which is in mega ohms of the resistance, and recommended accepted limits by some papers and IECB guidelines, that minimum insulation resistance value for 1 minute at 30 seconds for 11 kV rated equipment, the insulation resistance should be minimum 300 mega ohm. Similarly, for 33 kV, which will be 550 mega ohm, and accordingly for 400 kV, which will be 900 mega ohm. That is, this guideline has given by CBIP. After that, the main causes of the insulation failure, there are various causes of the insulation failure, that is electrical stresses, mainly due to the over voltages and under voltages. Then mechanical stresses, that is frequently startup and shutdown sequences can cause these mechanical stresses. Then chemical stresses, that is the proximity of chemicals, oil, corrosive vapors, ducts, that is in general affects the insulation performance of the material. Similarly, stress linked due to the temperature variation, that is when combined with the mechanical stresses caused by the startup and shutdown sequences, expansion, construction stresses affect the properties of the insulation material. That operation at extreme temperature also leads to the aging of the material. So this is also main cause of the insulation failure. And similarly, is environmental effects, that is the buildup of mold and particulate deposits in warm and moist environments, which will cause the insulation failure. So these are the main causes of the insulation failures. Then another one test that we need to carry out on various equipments of the substation, that is high voltage insulation test, that will be AC insulation and DC insulation. That is to find out the dielectric voltage withstand test, which is commonly known as a HYPOD test, that we need to carry out to verify the insulation of a device under test, which is enough to adequate enough to withstand high voltage insulation. And there are two steps, as I said, that is AC voltage withstand test, and second one is the DC voltage withstand test that we need to carry out. After that, contact resistance measurement, that we are saying normally it is a CRM test, that is contact resistance measurement. basically increased contact resistance of any DUT, that is we can say here there are the applications, that is circuit breaker contact, isolator contacts, then bus bar joints, then conductor joints, cable joints, welded joints, etc. So these are the applications that we need to carry out a CRM test, that is increased contact resistance, which will affect, that is results more losses and more temperature rise, resulting degradation and finally destruction of the object. The measurement method is simple, that is we need to inject a DC current through the object, and we need to measure the millivoltage drop across the circuit. As per the standard, we need to inject for the CRM, that is 100 ampere to 400 ampere DC, that we need to inject as per the standard. And the method is common for the measurement, that is Kelvin's 4-wire measurement method for the contact resistance measurement. The applications for contact resistance measurement, that is we need to find out the contact resistance of circuit breaker, isolator contacts, then bus bar, conductor joints, cables, welded joints, cable joints, etc. So these are the applications of the contact resistance measurements. So here we have seen almost what test that we need to carry out on a current transformer, on a circuit breaker, on power transformers, voltage transformers. So with all the tests that we can carry out with the help of our single instrument test kit, that is RETOM 21. Now we will go ahead with the RETOM 21. In the RETOM 21, what are the specifications of the RETOM 21, then operation of the RETOM 21, and what are the testing parameters, and how to connect RETOM 21 with the various DUTs, that we will see in upcoming slides. So we will go ahead with specifications. So with RETOM 21 is having a capacity, that AC current injection capacity up to 3500 ampere, DC current injection up to 400 ampere DC it can inject, then high voltage injection up to 6000 volt AC as well as DC, frequency variation from the range 20 Hz to 1000 Hz, that will be required for the relay testing. Then phase angle measurement, the range we have given, that is 0 degree to 360 degree with best resolution 0.1 degree, and we have given also instrument having a digital timer with the range 0.1 millisecond to 9999 seconds, and having a instrument knee point and saturation curve measurement facility, that knee point test we can conduct up to 2 kV. So single instrument with other accessories, the instrument can do all the tests, that is with the help of AC current injection up to 3500, it can test CT ratio, then primary current injection test on various DUTs. With the help of DC current injection, we can test CRM values of various DUTs. Similarly, with the help of high voltage injection test up to 6 kV, we can do insulation resistance, then AC insulation test, like that. Then frequency variation, we can test relays, various relays. Phase angle measurement facility, with that we can measure the phase angle. Also we can test polarity also of polarity of the CT. Digital timer to measure the make and break time of the circuit breaker with the help of digital timer. Knee point voltage of the CT up to 2 kV. So all the maximum equipments that we can test with the help of our single instrument, that is RETOM 21. So feature wise, if we see the RETOM 21, which is having primary injection and secondary injection facility, then burden measurement facility, CT winding resistance measurement facility we have given, knee point measurement, or we can say saturation curve measurement facility, excitation current excitation characteristics plotting facility we have provided. Then ratio measurement by both current as well as voltage method. then AC as well as DC current injection facility, then CT demagnetization facility. Then instrument is also having a facility to measure power factor, then apparent power, reactive power, and active power. Then overcurrent, earth fault, directional frequency voltage relays testing facility. So with the help of this instrument, we can test all the major types of the relays. Then manual operation with the knob for voltage and current control. Digital timer with inbuilt LCD display we have provided. Then instrument, or we can conduct the various tests with the help of software. So we can operate through laptop. Then USB and Ethernet port connecting the external PC or laptop. Also repeatability of the test results at the presence of high voltages or high interference. Multimeter allows to measure current, voltage, frequency, and phase. So these are the features that we will get in a RETOM 21. So here you can see this is a front view of our RETOM 21 instrument. So at the top part here you can see the measuring units of input parameters. So with the help of measuring units we can measure current, voltage, time. So also additional timer we have given. Here you can see the USB facility that we have given. Then binary output that will be required for the relay testing that we have also provided. Then here you can see the at the bottom side power supply channels for device under test. So various sources that we have given, that is source 1, source 2, source 3 with various outputs, that is 6 outputs we have given. After that, this is a control panel. This is a control panel. So with the help of various knobs, we can increase or decrease the voltage accordingly as per the test. And these voltage sources that we need to select as per the test requirement. So as I said, RETOM 21 having a selectable 6 output ports, that is output U1 that is used for to adjustment of DC voltage, then output U2 which is for AC voltage, then output U3 that is U3 output which will be useful for AC current or voltage adjustment facility, then output U4 that is for adjustable DC or rectified voltage, output U5 adjustable AC current, output U6 that is adjustable AC voltage. So all the 6 output selectable ports that we have given for adjusting DC voltage, adjusting DC current, then AC current, AC voltage, like that. So with the help of various selectable outputs, we can conduct various tests on different equipments. Then with standalone RETOM 21, that is the single instrument RETOM 21, it is having a capacity to inject output current up to 700 ampere AC and 10 ampere DC, output voltage that is 500 volt AC and 350 volt DC, frequency range that is 20 to 1000 hertz. Similarly, phase angle measurement range 0 to 360 degree, and maximum power that is 4.5 kVA. Then current, voltage, frequency, phase angle adjustment facility, digital timer, then adjustable AC voltage ranges, different types of voltage ranges we have provided, that is 10 volt 10 ampere, 65 volt 1.5 ampere, 250 volt 0.6 ampere, 500 volt 0.8 ampere, similarly 250 volt 8 ampere, 40 volt 100 ampere. So with that various range we can test many of the substation equipments. After that we have given adjustable DC or rectified voltage for testing of DC voltage, that is 350 volt 1 ampere and 250 volt 8 ampere. So these are the specifications of standalone RATOM 21. So with various output terminals, we can do various tests. So with the help of output terminal U5 and U6, we can test current, primary current injection. Secondary injection we can do with the help of output terminal U1 and U2. With the help of U6, we can do knee point, contact resistance. We can do with the help of U4. Magnetizing current, similarly, we can do with the help of U4. And turns ratio of VTs and CTs, we are having a two ports facility, two terminal facility, U2 and U4. Similarly, demagnetization, insulation resistance, and AC insulation, that is AC, that is high port test, we can do with the help of U6 terminal. So with standalone RATOM 21, to boost up the voltage and to boost up the current, we are having optional or extra accessories that we need to connect to the standalone main instrument RATOM 21. So what are the accessories and what are their importance and what are the specifications that we will see? So first accessory, that is RAT 2000. So with the RAT 2000, we can increase the voltage, that is AC voltage, that we can increase up to 2000 volt AC, CT knee point up to 2 kV for instrument transformers having rating up to 750 kV. Then we can measure turns ratio, we can test polarity of the current transformer, AC insulation test up to 2 kV we can do, and various primary and secondary equipments we can test up to 2 kV with 4 ampere current range. Similarly, second accessory, that is RAT 6000, that we have designed, that is to boost up the voltage up to 6 kV, that is required for the customers' electrical equipments and electrical installations at power stations and substations and power sectors, that can be used up to 6 kV voltage. That voltage, that is increases up to 6 kV AC as well as DC. We can do with the help of RAT 6000 CT knee point up to 2 kV, high port and insulation resistance test we can do, AC DC insulation resistance test we can conduct up to 1 kV voltage. Next one is the RAT 3000. As I said, this accessory that will be useful to conduct a primary current injection test. Majorly primary current injection test, it is the applications of the primary current injections, as everyone aware about that, to do a CT testing. So CT testing, it is recommended by IEC 61869. CT should be tested with 1% to 120% of rated current. Then primary current injection test, which is important for the circuit breaker testing. For those tests requires high current and ability to measure the very short duration and current flow. Similarly, primary current test, that is important to check the behavior of the relays and protection schemes. Similarly, switchgear testing we can do. So that is HV and LV switchgear, that is both gas insulated switchgear and air insulated switchgear, also requires high current testing. That's to comply with the relevant product standards. So for that we require a primary current injection test kit. Then busbar work or switchgear work. So for that also we are having we need to conduct a primary current injection test. Heat run testing is also important. So for that we need to apply continuously throughly a programmable intervals current. The times can be shown in the minutes and hours, which facilitate the long-term testing capability. Also, with the help of primary injection, we can check the loose connection. That is, loose connection can be easily found if there is a sparking in the connection or any joint, provided rated current is flowing through the primary injection test. If low current is flowing during the test, then it is likely to have no spark. So with that, we can find out the loose connection or loose joints are there or not. So we are having a RAT 3000 accessory that is which will be increasing the output current up to 3500 ampere AC that will be required for the various testings of the current transformers. Then we can conduct a ratio test of current transformer. Then CT phase angle measurement we can do. Polarity test of CT we can do. Also testing of low voltage circuit breakers with primary current we can do. So this is a testing of direct mode current protection with primary current. So another accessory that is rate micro. So rate micro, it names indicates that micro means micro ohm. So micro ohm resistance we need to measure during the contact resistance measurement of various equipment, that is bus bar or circuit breaker, isolator, contacts like that. So for that we are having the accessory rate micro. So this model for measurement of micro ohm values of contact resistance and current range that we have provided to do a CRM, that is contact resistance measurement. The range is 8 ampere to 400 ampere DC. And next accessory, this is a ratometer M2. So with the help of ratometer M2, the name indicates volt ampere phase meter, that is current and voltage measurement meter we can say. So this used in high voltage substations and industrial environments, we can use this ratometer. Then designed for relay protection and automation of power enterprises. Very small size weight, the ratometer weight is only 300 grams. The fully automated measurement and convenience to use in substation for testing various relays. Then reading of true RMS values up to 600 volt and current up to 20 ampere. That facility we have provided in ratometer M2. Then circuit active resistance measurement and continuity test options that we have provided in the ratometer M2. Then ratometer M2 basically used for measurement of following parameters like alternating voltage, alternating current, then direct voltage, phase difference between two currents, phase difference between two voltages, and phase voltage between current and voltage. Then phase sequence in three-phase power networks we can measure. Then alternating current and voltage frequency we can measure. Then active reactive apparent power of the electric circuit we can measure. And circuit continuity test with a sound signal we can do with the help of ratometer M2. So these are the measurement parameters we can measure with the help of ratometer M2. So next part, that is how to operate Ratom 21 through software and what are the tests, what test we can do with the help of software. So first, if you open the software, we will get this screen, that is manual, current transformer testing and various relay testing, that is frequency relay, voltage relay, current relays, power relays, like that. So if you select current transformer testing, we will get a range selection, that is knee point voltage or voltage range selection, that is 1000 volt and 2000 volt. And here you will get how to connect instrument to the actual CT secondary side to get the CT excitation current, CT knee point, and magnetizing current characteristics. So after the selection of voltage, that is 1000 volt or 2000 volt, we have to click on a continue. After continue, we will get another command, that is we need to select secondary side current injection, that will be a 1 ampere or 2 ampere. 1 ampere is sufficient to do secondary injection. So for that we need to select 1 ampere or 2 ampere. After that we need to click on the continue button. After clicking on continue, we will get this plot option. And after start button, here you can see, after start button, actual knee point voltage test is going to start. And also additional features that we have provided, that knee point voltage curve, that color we can change with the help of this smooth legend and grid formation facility also we have provided. And after the completion of test, the result that is curve is shown like that. And here we will get a results of exactly voltage versus excitation current. And we can change the color of the saturation curve also. Also, if we want to take a results of any point, that we can also take. So next point is that how to test relays with the help of ROTEM 21. So basically with the help of ROTEM 21, we can test various types of relays, that is power relays, voltage relays, intermediate relays, frequency relays, current relays, zero sequence current relays, etc. So basically power relays test requires two independent voltage and current sources operating synchronously at same frequency. Similarly, for the voltage relays, there are two types of voltage relays: the step-up voltage relays and step-down voltage relays. There are two types. Operating time of step-up relays is measured when voltage increases, while that of step-down voltage relays is measured when voltage decreases. If you see intermediate relays testing, for that we can say DC current of the intermediate relays. For that, relays can be divided into two groups majorly based on the kind of current, which may be AC or DC current. Also based on the operations of the contacts. So there are two types: quick acting intermediate relays and slow acting intermediate relays. And similarly, frequency relays. During testing frequency relays, that we have to measure frequency based settings, that is operate and reset settings of the frequencies, and time based settings, that is operate and reset time. Similarly, for current relays testing, almost the operation or same as the operation during voltage relays test. Only attention that we need to take care, that is to limiting the thermal impact on the relays under test. So these are the relays we can test with the help of ROTEM 21. So ratometer, with the help of ratometer 20 M2, here you can see in the ratometer M2 we have given indicator facility. Then on the left side you can see connection inputs are there, that is number 1, number 2, that is I1, I2 and I3 for ammeters. And for voltage measurement we have given mains input, that is U1, circuit continuity test that we can do in the circuit continuity test input. Then additional voltage measurement input, that is U3. And at the bottom here you can see on off button, then button of the selection of measurement mode, then buttons for holding current values, then DC adapter jack and battery charger indicator. So these are the menu options of the ratometer M2. So with the help of ratometer M2 we can measure various parameters, that is current, voltage, reactive power, active power, apparent power. So if you see here you can see the connection diagram of 3-phase and single phase network. So current parameter that we need to connect directly to the ABC, and voltage parameter that we need to connect to A2 neutral, B2 neutral and C2 neutral. Similarly, if single phase network is there, that we need to connect directly to the line, that is A, and voltage input that we need to connect to the A2 neutral. With the help of ratometer M2, we can measure various parameters of the current transformers, that input I1 that we need to connect directly to the secondary side of the current transformer, and voltage input that we need to connect directly to the shorted CT secondary. So we will get various results, that is power consumption parameters, that is active power, reactive power and apparent power. Load impedance on the secondary circuit that we will get, that are the parameter, that is impedance, reactance, and resistance. Phase angle we can measure. We will get a phase angle between voltages and between voltage U1 and current I1, and power factor we will get. Similarly, measurement parameters of the voltage transformer, that is active power, reactive power, apparent power, we will get with the help of ratometer M2. That is the ratometer M2 to find out the polarity of the current transformer, transformation ratio, and the phase shift between current transformer windings, that we will get. Here you can see, to find out the polarity of the voltage transformer, the primary, that is primary side, that we need to connect to from the I1 point, I1 input, and secondary side that we need to connect from the I3. So with that we will get a polarity. So for the ratometer M2, we have provided a fixing arrangement with the help of 4 magnets at the basement. So we can easily test relays after fixing the ratometer M2 on the any place. Here you can see ratometer is placed and with the help of we can check the various relays. So I will summarize the same. What are the optional accessories or that we will require ATOM 20 with the ATOM 21, and what are their purpose and applications? That is RED 2000, that is used for the voltage, increase the voltage up to 2000 volt AC, then measurement of knee point up to 2 kV, then measuring transformation ratio, polarity of the current transformer, then AC insulation test up to 2 kV, then various primary and secondary electrical equipment test we can do within 2 kV up to 4 ampere and up to 2000 VA capacity range. Then RED 6000, it is for increase the voltage up to 6000 volt AC and DC. Then we can do a CT knee point up to 2 kV. Then AC DC insulation resistance we can do up to 1 kV, and 6 kV AC DC hypo testing we can do. Then RED 3000, that is to increase the current up to 3500 ampere AC. With that we can do ratio test, phase angle test of current transformer, polarity of the current transformer. Then testing of low voltage circuit breakers with primary current, testing of direct mode current protection with primary current. Then RED micro, that is used for the CRM, that is micro ohm values of contact resistance, and range that we have given up to 400 ampere DC. And finally the ratometer M2, that is to get the following parameters like alternating voltage current, direct voltage, alternating current, voltage, frequency. We can test various types of the relays, power relays, frequency relays, current relays, voltage relays, like that. After that we will check, we will get parameters like phase angle, phase difference between two currents, two voltages, voltage and current, like that. Also we will get extra parameters, that is active power, reactive power, apparent power, power factor of the secondary circuit of current transformer we can check. Also circuit continuity test with the sound signal we can get with the help of ratometer M2. So these are all the accessories we need with RATOM 21. So about the device RATOM 21, if you see, the instrument has gone through all the type tests as per recommended by IEC, IS, EN GHOST standards, that like all equipments environmental tests, then EMI EMC standards, that is as per IEC 61326-1 safety standards, that is IEC 6101 and accuracy test. So instrument has successfully gone through all the type tests that is required during the testing in a high voltage interference. Here you can see the instrument, the whole instrument with all optional accessories. Here you can see this is our ATOM 21. This is the RED 6000. This is RED 2000. This is RED 3000. So this is view of ATOM 21 with all optional accessories. So we can move the instrument during the testing easily with the help of trolleys. So we are providing trolleys to move the instrument easily during the transportation from one place to another place. So this is all about the ATOM 21. So just I want to add one point that this ATOM 21 is a multifunction test kit, that is primary cum secondary injection test kit. This is a single instrument or single kit which will be suitable to test various assets like power transformers, distribution transformers, circuit breakers, current transformers, relays, and we have seen what test it can carry out with the help of ATOM 21. Almost 10 to 15 tests, major tests, this instrument will conduct. So this is all about the ATOM 21. Now we will have a question answering session. I will check the questions from the chat.
Yes, sir. There are no questions till now, except Mr. Rajesh has asked for the cost. Regarding the cost, I can tell you that cost, as you can see, the product is having various combinations and permutation combinations are available. So in this platform, we will prefer not to talk about the cost. And if you require the cost, as already replied to you, you can send us a email. Will be giving you the details on other things. And I do hope during the registration we have already got your details. So from that one, we will contact you. Our salesperson will be in touch with you. If there is any other questions, you please put the same into the chat boxes. If there are no questions, we would like you to request to fill up the feedback form. Maximum city ratio test. Kiran, what is the maximum city ratio test? Here, I believe the city ratio means 10,000:1, that kind of things it is there. Mr. Lakshana is asking. You can clarify, Kiran.
Yes. If you see at the distribution side, the current rated current, which will be around roughly, we can say it is 2,000 or 3,000 maximum. But at the transmission side, the current level might be, it is 1,000 or 1,200, 1,600, 2,400. But the designed city, it is actually, or up to 132 kV or 220 kV, it is roughly 3150 ampere. Or if you see the cities in the substation range 220 kV and above, that is up to 400 kV, we will see the cities having ratings 4,000 ampere. So maximum up to 400 kV rating substations, we will see the ratings of this current transformer, it is maximum 4,000 ampere. And for 765 kV substations, we will get roughly it is 5,000 ampere max. So above 5,000 ampere, no city is there. So it is depends on substation to substations and kV voltage levels. So it is normally we can say up to 220 kV 3150 maximum current transformers are available, and for 220 kV and 400 kV substations we will see 4000 ampere CTs, and for 765 kV we will see the CTs having rating 5000 ampere.
Okay, it doesn't seem at this very moment there is no further questions. However, I have mentioned the details of our email IDs also, sir, in the chat room. There, if you are having any technical queries, you can write to us at ps@scopetnm.com, and for any sales or marketing queries, you can write to us at marketing@scopetnm.com. Kiran, let us wait for half a minute or so, 1 minute.
Okay.
And if there is no other questions, we can close the session.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So thanks for your presence and time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.